Hello, neighbors. How's everybody doing? I hope you guys are having a good day. I'm trying to have a good day. Um, yeah, let's get back into this. Hmm, yeah, we had just come back from trying to figure out a good base place, area space. So, what I'm thinking is we, uh, we go ahead and start gathering up as much. Nope, wrong place. Um, we go ahead and we start uh gathering up as much uh stuff as we possibly can. Like when I say stuff as possibly can, I'm talking mainly about like stone, wood, thatch, things that we are going to need in order to make things possible for this build that we are going to be doing, because it's not just a small build, it's not just a medium-sized build. This build is going to be very large and very in charge. um yeah, it's going to be massive. So that being said, let's get some stuff put away here real fast. Go out and we're going to be doing some building um this episode, maybe the next episode. Maybe we'll switch it up. We'll do a cave here or there. Just really depends on how long it takes to do certain stuff and things. Okay. um yeah, so if you would bear with me until we figure out what we're doing, that'd be great. Okay, take some stuff over here. Put all this junk away. I turned some settings down because I thought they were way out of whack. Uh, I turned some, yeah, I changed a lot of stuff, but we'll see how it works. Hopefully it's more balanced. I don't know. We'll have to see. Okay. There is a thing I've got to do though. I've got to do ASR. I need to make this table right here because I am not going to be trying to do this stuff all inside my own personal inventory. It will take years. So, number one, I'm going to need stone. Yeah, 50 of it. Okay. But I hope you guys are enjoying my series of art. It's really, I've been playing it. I saved all my settings. I copied them all down and saved them to its own file. Okay, after I did that, I went in and I put everything on default to see how much different, how much harder or whatever the game is compared to the way I have it set up here. Okay. And it really is not that much different, believe it or not, than default. You might think that, wow, I hit things really hard and whatnot, and they don't hit me that hard and whatnot, but yeah, it's not that much different than default, believe it or not. I couldn't believe, I thought that it was way out of whack, that things were way too easy, but no, nope. It's yeah, it's right there. It's about the same. Most of the stuff I have anyway is basically cosmetic stuff. So, uh, other than getting rid of fog and things of that nature, um, yeah, most of my stuff is yeah, pretty standard. So yeah, we're gonna go from there. Um, anyway, so we're gonna take out our dinos here. We have a lot of work to do on these. But we're gonna take our dinos. We're gonna use them to gather the stuff that we need. Now, the stuff that we need is basically stuff like that. Like, oh, and we definitely have to get a fax machine. Oh my God, do we need one? Because we're gonna need so much of it, it's not funny. For now, we will just rely on the Dodicarus, because here's the thing. Dodicarus is very versatile. Much like the Moss Chomp. He excels at one thing, and the other things he's okay at. Like for instance, um Moss Chomps isn't real good at killing things. I mean, he can, but he's not real good at killing stuff. But he's very good at gathering berries and gathering fiber. So Dickerus is very good at gathering stone, but not so good at gathering fat. Okay, so each dino has its ups, each dino has its downs. Like for instance, my Barry over there. Okay, he he's really good at killing fish, and getting fish meat and things like that. Right? He's equally as good at killing normal dinos, but his meat gathering skills for regular meat isn't as great as say a tiger or something like that. And we still need to get ourselves Art's version of a squirrel. And most people think, oh, wait a minute, there's squirrels in Art? Yes, there is. Believe it or don't, there is a squirrel in Art. It's not cute, dainty, cute little squirrels like you see on the Squirrel Hut, which is my stream. Well, it's my wife's stream. But yeah, we feed squirrels and stuff like that, and they come up and they're on the stream all the time. But needless to say, yeah, they're not cute, cuddly like that. Oh no, 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 no. You'll find them in the redwoods, and they will jump off the trees, and they will just knock you right off your mount and take you to the ground and pursue the claw the hell out of you. They are squirrels. They hang upside down all the time to scout, not for prey, but to scout for danger. Okay. However, there was a dino that they found the bones of. I think they found a preserved one that was preserved in clay or something like that. But that dino is called a Thylacoleo. And it is essentially a big cat-like creature, but not really. It acts like a big cat-like creature, but it's not a cat at all. It is a marsupial. And the name for Thylacoleo comes from what they called it, which because it looked like it had a pouch, kind of like a kangaroo. Okay. And they called it what did they call that? The what's it called? Dang it. The pocket lion? Yeah, because it was big like a cat, like a saber tooth. It was big like a saber tooth, but yet it had a pouch. Or the pouch lion, that's it. But yeah, it had a pouch in order to carry its young. Okay. Just like a kangaroo does. But Procoptodon, I hope I'm saying that right, is in essence the kangaroo, the ancient version of kangaroo, or or the prehistoric version of kangaroo. So there's a little lesson for you. Yeah. The squirrel, however, yeah, it got smaller. They grew a lot smaller because they're very rare. The stylocolio, they're very rare. So, anyway, yeah, let's see. I need to, did we make, we made our table. Yeah, there we go, right here. Okay, so this, let's start pulling all the stuff that we need. We're going to pull stone off the dough diggers. That is just a drop in the bucket. That is such a small amount of uh stuff that we need. Oh my god. You have no idea. Why do I got wood and a fabricator? What? Who does that? This guy, that's who does it. We don't need it in the upgrade station. Pull it all out of there. Done. Okay. Yep. We're just gonna keep going because we gotta fill. We've got to fill it, because there's a lot that we got to do. I need almost a, let's see, what was it? It is a 28 by 28 area that we're doing. Yeah, 28 by 28 area that we're doing. So yeah, I'm doing a very, very large build. It's mainly so that we can have a flat blank slate foundation set up, so that I can have one, the center of the base being, you know, our normal base place for all our stuff and things like fabricators and chemistry benches and forges and the like. Okay, and then we'll have one wing set up so that it's strictly for our utility dyno. It'll have access in and out of the housing area and all that, and then we'll have one where it's a breeding pen. We'll have one in the breeding pen will also be a little it's not gonna be a room or nothing, but we're going to have the equipment for our genetic experiments. And I don't mean twisted genetic experiments, like, you know, making these weird dinos that, you know, can poison you, and things like that. Yeah. I really, honestly, I wish there was a way, or I wish I was good enough to know how to do it with the whole settings and things like that, where I could just edit those dinos out of my art. The fan-made dinos, the community made. Yeah, I wish I could just edit those completely out of my art altogether. I don't want nothing to do with them. You know, that's one thing I'll say about Survival Evolved. Before they started trying to cater to what fans wanted and things like that, they were more about real. The only thing that I can remember is a fantasy type situation dino in a game is in this game is the bosses. Okay, the rest of it was all plain Jane dinos. They were just regular old dinos that, you know, they had no special abilities like shooting spikes out of their backs or nothing like that. It was just regular old plain Jane dinos, you know. And then the whole the wild cards started listening to the players, and the players were mainly PvP players. So those players wanted dinos that could do this or do that. And yeah, things got cattywampus from there, and it ruined the game to me. That's kind of why I got away from it for a little while. It kind of infuriated me because it was, to me, it was pure. It was right, and it felt like, hey, I'm on an island, you know, amongst ancient dinosaurs. You know, much like myself, I'm an ancient dinosaur. Get it? Because I'm an old guy. No. Anyway, yeah. So basically, I like the classic dinos, I guess, over the fan-made dinos. That's where you don't really see me with any dinos on here that are um that are created out of fantasy. I mean, I had the bulldog. Look, bulldog is what it is. I'm not using it. I'm not using it as what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not. It's not a fighting dino. Okay, it's not a dino that I'm going to go and attack things with or anything like that. The whole dragon thing and everything like that. The whole dragon thing. In the game, that's again, that's a boss. The whole large monkey thing, that's a boss. The big spider, that's a boss. You know, there's many things. There's a couple little bitty dinos in here that I don't know if they're real or not. You know, the ones that light up, that light the area up because of their, you know, their ability or whatever, their bioluminescence that they have. Yeah, those, on the other hand, I don't know if those actually existed, because once they found these fish that are that have their own bioluminescence, and these slugs that had their own bioluminescence in certain caves and stuff like that, when they found that, because you got to think, Ark's what, 15 years old. Survival Evolved, it's like 15 years old, I don't know. Anyway, they were recent that, and they were just finding this stuff out recently, you know what I'm saying, about the prehistoric dinos and stuff. They were just finding this stuff out, and they were finding out that some things were bioelectric, like there's a certain jellyfish or something like that that gives off electricity. I don't know. I don't know nothing about it. The electric eel, while they say it's electric, I don't know if it really is or not. One set of people say, yeah, it's very real that electric eels, you know, you put them in the water, and if you can make them give off their electric shock a lot to make the water fill with uh fill with electricity, that you could actually get a charge enough to charge a car battery. But I don't know if that's real. But yes, most people think that the squirrel is of the Rodentia family. It is not. It is a marsupial. As far as I know, unless they reclassified it. So, but yeah. Anyway, I don't know why I went off on squirrels. Why I went off on telling you this stuff, other than the fact that, yeah, I find it interesting. I find dinosaurs interesting. I mean, you think this is what millions of years of evolution, um, you know, that we've done, or that's happened since the dinosaurs have been around, and here we are uh, thinking that the world revolves around us, and that, you know, we are the creators and all this, and we're just a blip. We're just a blip in the timeline. We are just a blip in the timeline. And as soon as people figure that out and get over themselves, they'll understand that you know, maybe quit worrying about how you're gonna leave a planet that's existed and been able to do just fine on its own. You know, maybe stop worrying about it, because there's an old comedian that I really enjoy. He's no longer with us, George Carlin. And he went on a rant in one of his skits about these people that run around to save the planet, climate change, and all that. And he basically he put it the way it is, you know, that if they really think, if you really think that, you know, you have to do something to save this planet, you're doing it for yourself. You're not doing it. You're doing it to say, look at me, look at me. Because if this planet, if Mother Earth, was really in danger, okay, really in danger, it would shake us off like fleas. It would just shake us off like fleas. She would be rid of us so quickly that we wouldn't even realize what happened. Simple as that. Think about it. She can cause herself to have earthquakes. She can cause herself to do floods, to do hurricanes, to do all of this, all these tremendous things, and we only deal with just a portion of what her wrath could truly do if she wanted to. So yeah, the next time, you know, I mean, look, if you think going down, picking up that trash is going to help, go ahead and do it. You know, do what you think is, you know, going to help your mind to make yourself right. You go right ahead and you get you some. Okay. That's all I have to say about that. We need a beaver and we need a thatch machine. So why don't we go do that real quick? It'll give us a little break from gathering stone, because I'm telling you right now, we need a lot of stone. I mean, a lot of stone. I haven't done the math quite yet, but I'm gonna be needing to pretty soon. Okay, thatch machine is gonna be in the redwoods. Beavers usually in Beavertown. I have 91 of the... Okay, let's go. I have everything that I need. What I don't have, we can gather when we get there. And what I mean by gather what we get there is like building, making some fence foundations, making some stone or some wooden walls, and things of that nature, so that our dino that we're getting, it doesn't just get, you know, poof, dead. And we're going after a couple dinos right now that are small enough that our Argentavis can carry it. And I'm not denying in any way, shape, or form am I denying climate change. Don't get me wrong. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's a made up, I'm not saying it's a myth. What I'm saying is that people themselves, in and of themselves, think that these corporations or whatever are the evil party, but they're really not. They're slapped with so much environmental protection stuff, it's not funny. And everybody seems to, just because the United States is the biggest country, they want to go after the United States to slow. I don't know if it's to slow the United States down, if it's to hinder anything or whatever. I don't know what's going on with it, but you know, we had an Olympics back when was it? I don't remember. 2000, I think it was. It was the Beijing Olympics. Anyway, they were over at the Beijing Olympics, right? They were having ski jumps right next to a nuclear reactor. Okay, that's just one. That's just one. Wait, I know nuclear fuel is clean. It's just steam that comes off of it. I get it. That's not what I'm saying. Don't get twisted. What I'm talking about is there were times where they couldn't even have an Olympic event because the polluted air, the smog, was so thick and heavy in China. You couldn't have it. You could not have the event because you couldn't see. Nobody could see what was going on. You couldn't even, literally, you could not see the contestants doing what the event was supposed to be doing, let alone the contestants themselves being able to breathe the air. So yeah, like I say, everybody is quick to go after the United States, saying that we're the biggest polluter, but China, unfortunately, is still the biggest polluter. They've done a lot of work in trying to take care of that kind of stuff, but at the same time, yeah, it is what it is. And a lot of that leads into politics, and that's not what I'm trying to do either. Don't get me wrong. That's not what I'm doing either. I'm just saying yeah, I'm not saying anything about climate change or whatever being real or not being real. Because I don't want to strike. Number one, I don't want the headache of a strike. Yeah, I wanted to, that's what I was doing. Okay. I wanted to put in my commands so that the fog will go away. Because I get that there's fog in your world. Everybody has to deal with it, right? But my God, this is not fog. This is full on almost what I'm looking for. It's dang it. Let me get my thing over here. There we go. But yeah, this is literally it's like smog. It's that thick. And the cloud, the volumetric cloud thing, that gets rid of the low hanging clouds that come across down below. Okay. They're not needed. All they're there for is it's supposed to give you more of a depth of field type of feel to it. And it does a good job of that. But the problem with it is that it gets so thick you can't even see in front of you. And I mean, if you're on the ground, you shouldn't have clouds on the ground, but yet it, yeah, they're all over the ground. So go figure. Okay, where am I? Okay, I am way in the wrong direction. I need to go this way. I just hope there isn't a gator over here, or a Deinonychus or whatever, over here, killing all the beavers. Well, the Casseroides, Casseroides, yeah, something like that. What are you, dude? I'm looking for a big bird. Cause this dude here was like 135, I think it was. Yeah, I think she was 135 when we got her. But again, birds are what they are. Also, the other thing I want to do is once we get the platform set up for our new building, because, okay, I know you're thinking, why don't you get on with the game where we can, kill the bosses? Yeah, well, that'd be great. That would really be great. I'd love to be that far ahead. But I gotta have a base to be able to house all these dinos that I'm gonna need. I mean, you're able to take 20 dinosaurs, okay, of your choice. Or at least I think it is, unless they change that in ASA. But you're able to take 20 dinos with you into the boss arena. Now, I still have a Uranus to tame. I still have a no, not a hyenodon, a daeodon, which is the big pigs, the hogs. Yeah, the boars. I have to tame one of them, or at least a couple of them. And I have to tame a bunch of megatheriums, and that's just for the first boss. Then when we get to the Megapithecus boss, where are the beavers? Where are all the beavers? There is usually a ton of beavers here. Did they move them? Here, Mr. Beaver. Come on, Mr. Beaver. Nope, you're just a fish. You're a piranha. You're another fish. You're another piranha. Huh. Beavers. All right, let's go down here. I'm gonna land real quick. Let her get some of her stamina back, and we're gonna pull up three. It says there's three here. Okay. There looks like a baby level 20. Level 20 baby. It said they're in that water over there, but I didn't see none. Did you guys see any? There's a level 95 right there, though. Now, do he have... There is a Alpha Raptor. Right over there. Thank God he's only level 20. Okay, anyway. So, let's look real quick. Nah, come on. Alright, we got level 20s. I don't want to track the 20. I don't want to track it. I don't need to track it. It looks like we just got a baby. We got a baby 20 and a regular 20. And then we've got the 95. I would like to tame the 95, so we may have to drag it to the beach. Like go over, grab it, and drag it to the beach before the raptor gets it. Maybe we can't. Maybe we should track it, right? Because I'm zoomed in as far as I can go. It says it's over there. It says it's in that rock. Yeah, it's inside that rock. Okay, so I need to kill this raptor wherever it went. There's only one way in and out of this place. Or there's 3 ways in and out of this place. This is one of them. So he went somewhere. And I know that he's going to come running the second we free that beaver. So it's better to take him out now while we can. There he is right there. I think, what's that? Is that a rock? No, that's not a rock. I know this guy's going to come running as soon as we do. I know he will. There he is. That's not him. Not him. There he is. I have air superiority, pal. Where are you going? There we go. Now let's go get this beaver on this rock, shall we? Before he dies from suffocation. Or she. Because it could be either. Oh, come on. There's just a little bit of water there. Look up, don't look down. There we go, because you don't want to hit him. There you go, buddy. Hey, guess what? You're coming home with me. Come on. Gotta love it when a plan comes together. Now, I wish I had a veggie cake or something along those lines, but I do not. So, what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to gather a bunch of berries up here real quick. Then I'm gonna have to get in the water and I'm gonna have to kill the piranha before they go chewing on my beaver. That is, if they're not over here already eating. Good thing beavers they won't drown. Come on. Where's the other one? There was another one. What are you? That's another Castroid. It's down there, level 20. But we don't want him, so. Yeah, breather. These guys, they can hold their breath forever, so. At least I hope that they're good. Yeah, I hope she's good holding her breath. I don't see a breath meter on her. It says 15. I don't see it going down. So hopefully she's okay. But we just gotta let her get hungry. That's all. We just gotta let her get hungry. We're gonna gather up some berries here real quick. You really messed up, you know that? Yeah, you really messed up. Yep. That really messed up. Because she's right there, ready to go. At a moment's notice. Sometimes, by the way, now, in Survival Evolved, you see the cattails here? um, by the pool's edge here. Sometimes you can get rare flowers from it, or and mushrooms. I don't know. Well, that is in uh evolve. Oh, that's a Dimetrodon, or Dimorphodon rather, flying around. Freaked me out for a second. I thought it was something else. I thought there was another bird coming down to swoop down and eat my beaver here. Anyway, yeah. Beaver's gonna be good for us to get wood, because they'll be able to get a lot of wood really fast compared to our little axe. So that'll help us. And then I can't make up my mind. Now, there are people that'll say, oh man, you should just get a mammoth. Get a mammoth. You know, mammoths can get the wood, they can get wood, they can get wood, they can get thatch and all that, you know, and they can even get berries and stuff. It's like, yeah, you know, I could. You're right. I could go up and get a mammoth. But then I got to figure out how the heck I'm going to get that big dude home. Just saying. You know, just saying. Getting them home is going to be a trick. So I'll just stick with getting the utility dinos that I need. You know, like Ankylosaurus's. These guys here, I can't stand these Calicosarians. I have no use for them. Therizino, what are you doing? I see you stalking over there. I see you. I see you, sir. Yeah, we got to get some of them too. I need at least a 150 male and a 150 female. I won't settle for less. What are you? Okay, my God. It scared the heck out of me. This thing's about to wake up, so let's go ahead and get it chewing on some berries here. Because when they get below 50% on their conscious level, okay, where it says unconscious there, when they get down to 50% like that, they have a very big chance of waking up. And we're not going to be worrying about perfect tame or imperfect tame, so I'm going to force feed it some of these here narcotic berries, narco berries, whatever, so that it doesn't wake up yet. It's going to kill the taming level, the bonus, but that's okay. You know, really, ultimately, it'll be all right. He's going to keep on gathering stuff and things. And if that Diplodocus keeps getting a little bit closer, he's going to freak out on my bird. And he's going to start trying to push it around. So we might as well kill it. Because all he's going to do is push it around. And he's going to, yeah, he's going to trip over my Castroidus and ruin the tame even further than what I've done with the feeding of the narcoberry. So okay, yeah, berry tames always take forever to do. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get rid of this Therizino. Did I hit you? I hit you, didn't I? I'm sorry, Mr. Turtle. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hit him. Oh no. Now I got another one. Because I killed his buddy. Okay. We kind of cleared out what we can of this place here. I've given out, or I've done what I can to try and protect this thing the best I can, but as we sit here, the game says, oh, you're over here now. Well, let me spawn in more dinos for you. You know, because we want you to have as many dinos as you need to tame up. But what they don't realize is I don't want any dinos over here. I want them to leave me alone so that I can just tame this Castroidus in peace. But if it wasn't for the fact that this guy does a lot of good things with wood and things like that, wasn't for that fact, man, I wouldn't even bother. Because berry tames are the most painful thing to do in art, is to try and tame a dino that relies on berries. Until you get that is a piranha. But until you can get until you can get what's the word I'm looking for? Dang it. But yeah, berry tames are, until you get the base done that you want to do, berry tames are some of the hardest and most boring tames to do, because it takes forever to get them. It takes forever, like forever. And until you can get like veggie cakes made up, that's what I was saying. Until you can get like veggie cakes and there's a little baby Castroidus right there, level 20. I almost want to tame him just because of the fact that he'll have imprint, number 1. Number 2, he'll gain a bunch of levels whenever he'll gain a bunch of levels in leveling, instead of being given the levels automatically. So there's that. But we'll sit here. Let our... What was that? Yeah, that sounded big. I knew it. Not the fish. It sounds like there's something over here. But yeah, if I had like a veggie cake or kibble or something like that, which I need to get going on kibble. I really need to get going on kibble. Like badly, like tomorrow. Not tomorrow, like yesterday. I need to get going making kibble. And all that. But yeah, that's gonna be another issue that I have, because I haven't really seen any dinos laying any eggs. I have a female Argentavis and a male Argentavis, and you would think that while I don't have them on wandering to make fertilized eggs, that they would lay some kind of eggs, but I haven't even seen them lay one egg, let alone fertilized ones. So I'm gonna have to figure that out too, because like I said, there's some settings that I've been looking at my stuff and things, and I'm just like, what is going on? Why is this happening? Now that was a piranha going right by my tame, and I don't like it. Come here, you idiot. Stop it. Leave my tame alone. He went right by my tame too. He went right by her. She's gonna gain 47 levels. That's not bad. Of course, her melee damage and her weight is absolutely bad. Just really blows chunks. Yeah, just really bad. Just really bad. Let's give them all these narco berries. Let's just dump it into her. Now, Castroides, they or roids, what castroids, whatever you, however you want to say it, they like the azulberry. Out of all the berries that you have, they like the blue ones. Why? They're considered water berries. Well, I like to think of them as water berries because they're blue. I'm sure that's not at all why they like them, but yeah, I like to think that they like them because they remind them of water. Seems logical, right? Anyway, yeah, they like the blue ones. The dodicers, they like the yellow ones. Those are the arma berries. Get it? Armor. And the dodicers has a shell, like a turtle. You see where I'm going with this? However, another thing that has a piece of armor on their body, and that is the trike that we have at home. Trike, well, they like tinselberries. Can you figure out why? Why would they like those red tinselberries? Why would a trike like a red tinselberry? That's right, you guessed it, because it starts with the letter T. Yep, there you go. Isn't that the silliest stuff? That's just the way my mind works. Don't mind me, I'm just going out of my mind. Um, one day we'll get this guy tamed up, or this girl tamed up. One day. I don't know when, but it'll happen eventually. That's the hope. As I said, if we had veggie cakes, I'm gonna get rid of this plant because it's freaking me out, making me think that there's something over here. But if we had veggie cakes, it would only take like 2 or 3, and they would, 2 or 3 bites, and boom, they'd be here. They'd be ready to go, just like with our prime meat, right? Here, I'll show you. I'll see if this, I think this does it. Yeah, here we go. Okay. If I look at him, if you look on the left-hand side of your screen, you will see that they like Archellan algae. I don't even know where the heck that is or where to get that one. I'm gonna have to look that up. Because all vegetarian or all berry eating things like this stuff over here on the left hand side. Okay. Mejo berries is what I'm giving it. It takes 5. Veggies, it takes 4. Kibble, 1. The algae, 1. So it would be a very good idea for me to get as much of that algae as I possibly can, but I don't even know where to get it. So I'm gonna have to look that one up too. Man, see, there's so much stuff that's changed. That's what I'm saying. I mean, it may be 15, 16 years old, but they keep on innovating. They keep on bringing new stuff out. They keep on doing new things. And that's why it keeps on ever not to be coy or use a pun in any way here, but yeah, evolve. It's constantly they're constantly doing something. Even though, yeah, a lot of people don't like wild card because of their business practices, but whatever, it is what it is. I know we've jumped from so many subjects today, it's not even funny, isn't it, folks? But that's just the way it goes, people want hour-long videos. I give them hour-long videos. I got to find something to talk about. Can't just sit here and look at the air. See, you didn't like that silence, did you? See what I did there? Oh, yes, I'm good. Sometimes. No, I'm not good. Okay, it says that this thing will take 4 mejo berries. Okay, I happen to know that this thing hasn't even he's taken way more than 8 or 5 because yeah, he's eating a lot. Or she rather. Dang it. I'm doing that again. But it won't be too much longer. Maybe 2 more berries and she she will she'll be ready to go. And then we can take her home. Of course, my video is about to end, and I'm hoping that we can at least get her tamed up before we go, and then in the video after. So we may stick around just a little bit longer. I don't know. Got about 5 minutes here, but we'll see what happens. Oh, it looks like she took another bite. So yeah, I'm thinking maybe 2 more bites and she'll be good to go. Yeah, I'm thinking 2 more bites and she'll be good to go. Because she is at, she's like 75, 80% right now on her tame. And she's not jumping up by that much. I mean, you've seen it, right? It was just a sliver past the bottom point. It was just a sliver past that bottom point. Hopefully she'll only take 1 more bite. But I really think she's going to take 2. I really think she's going to need to take 2 bites. I really do. Yeah, she's at 78%. That's 80. But it's what it is, you know? It is what it is. Hopefully, but see, she's got to get down to 60. She's got to get down. This number here has got to turn to 60 before she can take another bite. Because I believe that berries will feed 40 just like, or no, they feed 20. Yeah, they feed 20. No? What do they feed? Do they feed 20? 30? What do they do? Yeah, 30. Okay. So they do 30, right? Where meat does 40. And prime meat does 60, I think. I think it takes 60 before they'll take a bite. But yeah, that only went up 8. It only went up 8% on that one berry. So even at 8%, we're looking at 94, 95. Oh, you stupid thing. Get out of here. See, I hate these things. They throw poop at you. That's how they fight. They throw poop at you. And my bird was sitting there minding its own business, and all because my bird was in its way whenever it was walking. It didn't like it, and so it started throwing poop at it. Yeah. They're real buttheads. I don't like them. Plus, in order to tame them, you gotta put beer in them. You know, you gotta shove a beer up their butt, and I'm not okay. I am not okay with that. I'm not okay with it. But I definitely am okay now with that. With my Ardent Davis having 5k health. Hell yeah. Sorry, Granny. But yeah, heck yeah. I gotta remember. I try really hard to make sure I don't do any like over the top cuss words and stuff like that, because not only is there children, but there are people like our friend and Granny that, you know, they don't like the potty mouth business, you know. And let's face it, if you're gonna be professional on here, as well, I might pick all that up because I just threw a bunch of stuff down that I didn't want to. But if you're gonna be on here and you're gonna try and be have a professional deal, where, you know, you're maybe one day a sponsor takes a look at me and says, hey, you know what, I like him, he's clean, he doesn't use any foul language or anything like that. He can, I would feel comfortable with him representing our brand, whatever, that kind of thing. And then they pick me up and I got a sponsor or something. You see what I'm saying? I mean, always look to the future. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you should do something. Okay. Uh, just because, you really want that, whatever, that widget, uh whatever it may be, from uh something that you've seen on eBay that sells real good, or Poshmark, or whatever these resale sites are, something you've seen on there that sells really good, but you can go and you can steal it from a store. Just because you can steal that item from a store and sell it on that platform does not mean that you should do that thing. Okay? And no, that's not an advertisement for you to go out and steal stuff. I'm just making an example that, hey, maybe you shouldn't be doing that. Okay. Come here, you. Hey, can I get some? Right there they are. Yeah, I got the perfect name for you too. We'll just call you, no, maybe not. I was thinking maybe I'll call her Lady, but no, that would be wrong. Okay. So here we are. We have our castoritis, and we're going to take her home. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I want to thank you for your time today. You chose to spend an hour with me, and it's been over that, and you're still here. So let's get you out of here real quick. I'm going to go ahead and land down here real fast if you don't mind. I know you've been here for so long already, and it's just amazing that you've chosen to even grace me with your presence. And I'm not going to go down to where a raptor is, so let's just float in the sky and do it. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. If you like the content, be sure to hit the like button. If you see something, think something, hear something, want to tell me something, leave a comment down below. The subscribe button, it's just a follow button. If you could, if you could get that and help my community grow, that'd be really great. That being said, be good to each other, be good neighbors. I'm going to continue flying, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good day, everybody.